What's up, everybody? Many of you are like, what are you doing? First of all, I apologize. Don't have my hat on. I kind of look like crap. My video looks like piss. And many of you may wonder, why are you back on Shame on News channel? What's going on? Well, the other day, for simply just reporting and talking about stuff, for doing a podcast, which obviously the title got the video taken down. My corrupted channel, I'm locked out of it right now. I'm not even able to post anything on corrupted. So here I am on my older channel, Shame on News. And it's kind of ridiculous because in one video I sort of alluded to the fact that I was dumping jizz on my face, but it was milk. It was obviously a glass of milk. But in the video I alluded to dumping that on my face in a comedy skit. And that was a problem for YouTube. However, you can look up sex positions and, you know, imitating, like, all kinds of gross, crazy stuff that you can look up on YouTube, and it's all there. But dumping milk on yourself and drinking it got the video taken down. So it's just funny, the double standard there. The other funny double standard is Anne Hathaway. She is a virtue signaling bitch. And I can't even believe this because I didn't know she was such an idiot. But here's the thing about Anne Hathaway. And first of all, it's so funny because you got to disclose this in the beginning, because I always have to disclose this now in my videos. I am not a right-wing person. I am not a left-wing person. And the only person that I've ever voted for was Al Gore and Obama. Those are the only two people I've ever voted for in my life, Al Gore and Obama. Looking back now, you know, I don't know. And I don't like Gore. I didn't like Gore at the time. I definitely didn't like Bush. I didn't like Gore, but whatever. So I'm just kind of stating to you, like, where I'm coming from before all the crazy people start assuming what I am. I'm an independent now. I think both the left and the right are criminals. But what you can't deny is that Anne Hathaway used a black dead woman to virtue signal. Now, I went on a rant about this a week ago, and that video got taken down. But here's my buddy Jeremy talking about it. I just don't want to go through it all over again, but the bottom line is she virtue signaled, saying that, like, well, you know, this black woman died and, you know, we have white privilege, we're lucky. Like, what does that have to do? What is white privilege? What does that have to do with being stabbed? There are white people stabbed every day. Tons of white people stabbed every day. There's black people stabbed. There's Hispanic people being stabbed. They're all being stabbed by their own or other people. White people stabbing black, black stabbing white, black stabbing Hispanic, white. There's nothing to do with race unless it's a hate crime. The guy that stabbed this black woman, you know, it's coming out that it was like he was a homeless crazy idiot. You know, it wasn't even a hate crime. And even if it was, you know, you could virtue signal about, like, you know, this is why we have to stop hate, and this is why we have to learn to love each other. Like, why would someone get stabbed over the color that they are? That's so stupid. But that's not what happened. It's just a stabbing that happens all the time. What is white privilege? That doesn't. I can be stabbed. I can be stabbed. I almost was stabbed once. I know people that have been stabbed. They're white. This is the biggest virtue signal ever. And not only that, she used, and she was clearly waiting for a moment to speak out or rise up. Like, and so she used a black woman's death to virtue signal, just like most of the people over there use black people every single day to further their agenda. I am disgusted by both political parties in this country, but I am very disgusted by the left, who are supposed to be the tolerant, good, you know, people, but they're actually just using black people to further their agenda, just like Anne Hathaway is furthering hers by saying this. And I don't understand why, but here's a little clip of Jeremy's video, because I've been cool with this guy for a long time, and I always enjoy his takes, and I can't bring myself to go through that 30-minute rant that I had last week on this situation, so here it is.
What's the end? She'll give them an Instagram post where she hates on whites. There have been many articles written on it, but we'll use the Bounding into Comics one because they've been a friend of the channel. They've shared a lot of information. So the Instagram post, if you don't know, Nia Wilson was lost her life in an attack by a homeless schizophrenic man. Now, that's not what...
They won't tell you he's homeless and schizophrenic, by the way. They just say, white man stabs black woman. You realize back in 2003, like, this never would be... The article would not be white man stabs black woman. It just would have been woman killed you know, and the killer, I mean, like, you would look at the killer and said, oh yeah, that's the killer, all right. You wouldn't have turned it into a racially motivated thing, because it's not. That's why there's so much problem in this country now, because they're baiting everybody. They're race baiting everybody. You know? If it's a hate crime or a race crime, they used to classify it as that. A hate crime took place, and you'd be like, oh wow, it's a hate crime. This is not a hate crime, but by saying black woman stabbed by white man, you're indicating that there's some sort of racial issue here when there isn't. Could have been a white woman that he stabbed, it wouldn't have mattered, so therefore it shouldn't be brought up that way. But they can do it because it's factually, I guess, true. If you say, well, she's a black woman, it's a black guy, a white guy. But how many black women get stabbed by a black guy every day? We don't hear about it. How many black women are stabbed every day by a black man? We don't hear about it. How many white men are stabbed by a black man? We don't hear about it. Unless, well, some people do in like the local papers. But we don't hear about it. But when this happens to this woman, they're like, oh, we can write white man stabs black woman. That'll get clicks. And then you get Anne Hathaway who says, well, it's a privilege. What in the fuck are you talking about, Anne Hathaway? Anne Hathaway's a sick bitch. Hollywood is sick, man. I never really knew this. I never believed it. I used to hear people like Alex Jones and like other like right-wing people would say like, oh, you know, Hollywood's sick and they're all scumbags and stuff like that. And I used to be like, no, that's ridiculous. Come on. Like, let's not be ridiculous. You know, they just don't understand the arts of Hollywood. It's so artistic in Hollywood. You know, they just don't like artistic people. But now, it's true. Hollywood does everything they can to protect child molesters or people that want to talk about raping kids. They do everything to protect them. But if you make a joke about anything else, something else, you're like excommunicated from the whole thing and you're shamed. It's crazy. But if you want to joke about raping a kid, it's okay. Now, I don't think any of it should be a problem because if it's all jokes, unless someone got proven of doing something, then no, they're not in trouble. But there's a huge double standard in Hollywood now, and anybody with a brain, that's why you get so many people that I knew were liberals like I was. I pretty much was a liberal, you know, I was a left-wing person, a Democrat. And in the last 2 years, I realized I'm not a Democrat anymore. These people are crazy. This is nuts. This party has been hijacked by psychopaths. And it was always corrupt by scumbags who funded it anyway, and so isn't the right. But now I know that the left and the right are gangs. But look at that. This is just crazy.
The mainstream media will tell you. They will and always have posted it as black woman killed by white man. They instantly politicized Nia Wilson's death, and it's disgusting. It's just another example on how politics rules people's lives. Now, there has been no evidence that this crime was racially motivated, but that has not stopped literally every major news outlet accusing this man of being a racist. Now, you don't see every time a black man kills a white woman, you don't see everybody accusing that man of a hate crime or a black man killing a black or white man. You don't see that, right? Because that isn't the narrative. If I told you that the most recent information, even on a website like Essence, will tell you that there is no evidence that that his crime was at all motivated. It said the two Wilson sisters were viciously, by Crowell, a white man. Again, the skin color of the attacker is not relevant once he's been caught. Now, if you were looking for this man, it is relevant, but he's been caught. By the way, he's 27 years old, violated his parole, and was charged with murder and the attempt of her sister. It has been revealed that he was released on parole 4 months ago after spending 2 years in prison for robbery, not a hate crime. Officials still haven't released information about the motive of the attack. That hasn't stopped every major outlet from calling this a hate crime, though. Although many have concluded the attack was racially motivated, authorities claim they don't have any evidence to back that up. Interesting. I mean, of course, this is just a tragedy, right? But everybody cannot possibly fathom that bad things happen that don't fit their political agenda. And you've got Anne Hathaway saying, may she rest in the power and peace she was denied here is unspeakable and must not be met with silence. She's not a hashtag. She is a black woman, and she was murdered in cold blood by a white man. Again, white people, including me, including you, must take into the marrow of our privileged bones that the truth that all black people fear for their lives daily in America and have done so for generations. That is a racist woman. In the same sentence, she says all white people have privilege, and she says all black people fear for their lives on the daily. Now, I know I don't have tons of black.
So there you go. That's what they do, and that's what everybody's doing right now. That's the game, man. Nobody cares, though. They want you to be killing your black neighbor in the street in the next couple of years. They want your black neighbor to be killing you. They want groups of black people to come kill you. They want you to kill black people. They want black people and white people to kill each other. Why else would Anne Hathaway tweet something like this, that white privilege is not being stabbed when white people are stabbed every day? Why would the news say white man stabs black woman? Why would the news say that? The answer is they want you to fight. And you stupid idiot people believe them. You all believe it. You'll go see Anne Hathaway's movie. You'll all read your liberal garbage magazine. You'll all read your right-wing conservative magazine. You'll all read whatever political BS you listen to. They want you murdering your black friends. They want black people and white people to have fights in the street and all kinds of racial tensions all over the place. That's what they want. Because nobody would tweet out after this poor black woman has been killed. Anne Hathaway tweets out to use her and says, she is not a hashtag. This is our white privilege. She was murdered by white people. No, she was murdered by a schizophrenic homeless person who was nuts. There was no need to write black woman killed by white man in the title. There just wasn't. Sometimes there is if it's a hate crime. Not in this case. But they want you to kill people. They want you to murder people. They want you to be murdered by people. They want murder to happen. They want you to be upset at your black friends and your black friends to be mad at you. And they've done it. Look what's going on. It's not really working on us 30-year-olds and late 20-year-olds and mid 20-year-olds and 40 and 50-year-olds. Like, we just don't care because we're smarter. We're confused by all this. Now, certainly there are racist people here that are messed up. Those people suck. Like, that's a problem. But it's the 20-year-olds that you're polluting with this crap that are going to start doing crazy things. And everybody wants to virtue signal and jump behind and agree with, and then they get under attack, and then all of a sudden they're confused. Like James Gunn. That's what happens when your own guy gets in trouble for it. Notice how Fox and conservatives had to dig up the stuff on him and show it to people. And when they did, what happened? Oh, petitions to get him reinstated. Petitions to get him reinstated. The whole cast signed on because Hollywood wants raped kids. Hollywood bangs little kids. Hollywood is a rape pedo circus of just children fucking. That's what Hollywood is. It is. There's no answer for it. Why with Roseanne is it, oh my God, or she made a joke that was racial, which was horrible, but also she says she doesn't know the girl was black. Okay, well, just screw her. Roseanne's dead to us. Kill Roseanne. Hope she dies. All the people's comments, hope she dies, da-da-da-da. Nobody wants to bring her back. She's dead to us. Whatever. The cast is completely disagrees with her. They don't like her. They hate her. But when it comes to James Gunn with little kids, oh, bring him back. It's okay. Now, in my opinion, I don't care about either joke. I think they both shouldn't have lost their jobs because the jokes are jokes. But it is so weird how Hollywood, when you talk about little kids and touching them, like, oh, it's okay, you know, just like priests and Catholic, it's the same. It's all the same pedo ring, and they belong to the same place. The Catholic place. Oh, this priest touched a kid. Oh, well, or he raped 17 kids. Oh, well, let's just move him over here, and you know, we don't know. Like, you know, they'll do anything to protect their sick underground shit. This is going on everywhere. Ashton Kutcher, look at what he's uncovered. This isn't even the tip of the iceberg, too, by the way. Like, it's insane what's going on. You have no idea. They want you killing your brothers and sisters in the street. They want black people and white people fighting so that they can run away with all the money. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Same reason why Donald Trump wouldn't put black people in his apartment buildings or his condos or whatever it was, because it brings down the price. So keep the black people out, right? The left-wing people, anybody that's rich, they want to keep you all fighting as well so they can keep making movies and run away, man. And that they can virtue signal and stack themselves up on the hierarchy in Hollywood. That's really what it is about, to get yourself out there. Oh, what a strong woman she is. She used this black woman's death. Anne Hathaway used this black woman's death like white people have used black people for years. That's the ironic thing. You talked about white privilege and black privilege or whatever, white privilege. White privilege wasn't that this woman was stabbed. That was just a random, violent, horrible act that was terrible. White privilege is now what white people use their own whiteness to diminish themselves, to boost themselves up. That's the new white privilege. The new white privilege is trying to have the most white guilt, even if it's idiotic, to boost yourself up to look good. It's ridiculous. You use this black woman's death to get press and to make yourself look good. You don't give a crap. Anne Hathaway, I hope you die in a fiery car wreck. And I hope you guys subscribe to this channel, because YouTube is trying to shut down free thought and anything you say. That's why I can't upload this on my other channel. So if you guys like this channel, subscribe down below and support me on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, because otherwise I won't be making these videos. But I'll keep making videos like this all day long. But hit that sub button down below. Hang out. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. I think it's obviously ridiculous. Just about everybody I talk to think about this is ridiculous. All the black people I've talked to that have called in about this think it's ridiculous. All the white people, everybody, most normal people understand what's going on here. It's another attempt by white people, by white elites, by the way, not white people, white elites. It's another attempt by white elites to run away with the money, to try to make themselves look good while smiling as they leave the room. And I'm going to leave the room smiling, everybody. Oh, wow, look at this. I'm so good. Oh, my goodness, yes. Fuck those. I hope they're all going to die. They're all going to die. Yeah, that's what white people are just known for. Oh, I'm so good. It's just a part of white privilege that they were stabbed, even though there's more stabbings of everybody else every day. I just chose this one. White privilege. Schizophrenic homeless guy, actually. You stupid bitch. Hope you die. All right, I'll see you guys later.